This video is going to walk you through how to make the adapter harness you need to give you power for a lighted marquee install or something else that you want to light up or that you need power for on a Gen 1 unmodified arcade1up machine like this Asteroids over here, that old Ninja Turtle. I have a 40th anniversary Space Invaders I just picked up yesterday. So this one I already made the light up marquee. I'll have to do a separate video for that because it's a lot of explanation. So what we're going to do first is I will provide all the links in the description. You go to Amazon, you're going to buy male and female JST connectors. These are 2.5s. You're going to buy male and female 5.5 by 2.1 millimeter 12 volt DC connectors. Male and female. They come in a pack like this, males and females. You're going to need a splitter. You need one per cabinet. One female, the two males. And you may or may not need an extension cable. So I will also link an extension cable. That's a single male and a single female, in case you need extra length to get to whatever you're using this power for. So when you wire this, you're going to take one female. You're going to take one male. You're going to take the red wires and attach them together. Solder them. Use Scotch locks, use crimp caps, whatever you want to use. Make sure you either shrink wrap it or it's insulated in some way, shape, or form so this can't touch anything, because it will be live all the time. Then you're going to take the two black wires from those connectors. You're going to take a female JST and you're going to wire it like this. It does not matter black, red here. It makes no difference, because all you're doing is interrupting the ground from the incoming power. And then this is going to plug into the factory switch. So all that switch is doing is completing the ground of the incoming power circuit. Okay, there's no power going to be running through that switch. You're additionally going to need a male JST connector. And you're simply going to take the two of these and you're going to hook them together. So solder them together, crimp cap them, whatever. Just make sure also that you put something over them if you solder it to insulate this, so you don't have just open wires hanging around inside the cabinet to accidentally short something. So once you've ordered all your parts, you've built your harness, now you're going to come over to your cabinet, you're going to unplug the power. Then you're going to take out the 4 deck screws. You're going to flip this up. When you flip this up, you will see this plastic thing, and you will see this ribbon cable connected here. You will unplug the ribbon cable by pulling straight out on it. Then this whole assembly will lift off. You can lay it face down on something. You're going to take some Phillips head screws out, and that plastic cover will come off. If you want to put it back on or not put it back on, that's entirely up to you. So once you have that cover off, you come to this board. And 1, 2, 3, number 3, it says power. I don't know if you can see that down in there. It says power. You're going to unplug it. It's going to be this connector right here, which actually runs to the on-off switch for the machine. Okay? In place of this, you're going to take the male JST that we made, that you soldered together, connected the wires together, whatever, and you're going to plug it right back in place of this one that you unplugged. It does not matter, red wire on top, black wire, it makes no difference, because all this is a bridge now. And it will only plug in one way. when you plug it back in, because there's a plastic piece on here, unless you yanked the plastic piece off with this, in which case you need to pull the outer plastic off of this and slide it back onto the board. So when you unplug it, it should look like this. If it does not look like this, then you probably pulled off the white plastic piece off the board, the white socket that's on there. You'll need to slide it back on in the configuration that I am showing, with the notch to the right. Okay, so moving on. Next thing you're going to do, once you've got this done, is you can put that black plastic thing back on. If you want to, you can leave it off. If you put it back on, I'm going to tuck this under here because it makes no difference. If you're going to put it back on, there is enough room in the cutout for the ribbon cable to run this out without it being pinched. Just make sure it's not being pinched. Okay? Then you're going to take the harness that you built. This harness is laying out over here. And you're going to plug this in to here. So you're going to plug it into the switch connector that you unplugged from the board. Okay? The rest of the harness that you made is down inside the machine. So we're going to come around the back of the machine, and there is the rest of your harness. So one part of it is going to hook to the incoming power supply, which was plugged in here to your PCB. Okay. The other end of it is going to hook into that black Y splitter I showed you, and then you're going to go up that Y splitter and plug it into the PCB. The other side of it is going to plug into whatever you're trying to power, your marquee light kit or whatever you're doing. Alright, don't forget to plug your ribbon cable back in. So once all that's plugged in, everything should be live now when you're going to switch it on. I'm going to pause this, I'm going to put my deck back together, and we will test it out. Okay, so if you're putting the case back on, this is what it will look like afterwards. There's your ribbon cable plugged in. Again, it pushes straight in, you pull straight out on it. Here is your switch. You can see it can move freely, so it's not being pinched. There's plenty of space in that opening. You do not have to make an additional opening or anything, at least not on this particular machine. So we're going to flip this down, and everything is plugged in here. I still have the back off just because we're working on it. Everything is plugged in. We're going to come over here and we will turn off that. Flip the light on. The marquee came on, and takes a few seconds to boot, and there you go. So there is your light up marquee, and your video game came on with the factory switch. Again, this is a marquee that I did, so it's not somebody's kit, but I have several to do. There are kits available if you want to just buy a kit from somebody, but when you're doing a bunch of these, it gets expensive. So it's more cost effective for me to do it this way. I'm not exactly happy with the lights in there, but the lights itself is a little trial and error type thing as to what I'm going to use for lights. These are just cheap strip lights in there right now, the LED ones. And like I said, that's going to be a whole different video as far as how I'm doing these marquees. So we're all done, and we're going to turn it off. I turn my lights on. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Now that that's all done, the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to install this deck protector and replacement artwork from arcade1up. arcade1up actually does sell deck protectors and replacement artwork. I know there's plenty of aftermarket people out there that sell them. It's nothing against them. Okay? But they literally do sell these parts. So they call this a decal. It's like a thin piece of plastic, sort of, or cardboard. I'm not quite sure. And it's printed. It literally drops right on there perfectly in place. The colors are not as vivid, but you're also not taking out all these buttons, and you're not messing with the old decal being there and bubbles and everything else. And then that drops right on top. This one showed up damaged. I'm waiting for the replacement to come. Once you do all that, you're simply going to drop your screws back in, and you're going to run them in with a screwdriver, and you are not going to tighten them down crazy because you will crack the deck protector. You just want to screw them in snug. Okay? Now, these deck protectors, you can go right on, you can go right on the Arcade1up website. They do not have them on the site. You have to open a service ticket, non-warranty service ticket. Okay? Tell them what you're looking for, that you're looking for a deck protector. Tell them what model the cabinet is that you're working on. So, they know what one you're looking for. I asked them why they don't list these, because it actually comes in commercial packaging, or retail packaging, I mean, like to be hung on a pegboard in a store. They gave me some oddball, weird excuse as to why it's in retail packaging, but they don't sell them on the site. Whatever. Either way, it's $10 plus shipping. So for $10 plus shipping, you get a plastic deck protector, and you get a replacement graphics card that will sit right under there on top of your damaged sticker. I don't think you're going to do much better than that. These do ship out of California, so the shipping, depending on where you are, may be a little pricey. I don't know. On a side note, they do also sell their coin doors. This is the packaging it comes in. Comes in a box, wrapped in bubble wrap. There's your coin door. Comes with the screws and the little plastic things for the screws. These come in red button or yellow button. If you haven't seen a Simpsons cabinet, Simpsons comes with coin doors. Those are the yellow buttons. So that's all they offer. I did ask if they offer any colors other than these two, and they said no, that's all they offer. Now, the one thing I did notice with these coin doors, when you flip them over, in the middle on the side, this is the side that's got the fake lock. There's these two extra tabs that even my Simpsons cabinet, I took it apart, it did not have these. So I don't know what the point of these are, but I just snapped them off. Okay, just snapped them right off, and then it's good to go. This is not raised. It's like engraved around the letters. So the letters are even with the surface of this. You could easily put a sticker or something over this if you don't like this, or you do like I did, like 3D print, company name or something put on there. I mean, honestly, I added these doors, and unless I get down there and actually get close and look at them, I can't even see if they say arcade1up on them. And I've already backlit these. So check out my other video with the backlighting. I show you how to make very inexpensive, nice button lights for your machines. So, but it only works with the newer machines where you can plug a USB into the PCB on board. Okay, I have not figured out yet the wiring and everything, or what I need to order to do it on the early machines, because in the early machines you only have 12 volts there. So It's either going to be as simple as just ordering 12 volt LEDs and doing the same thing, or I don't know. But that'll be another video for another time. So again, you just go on there, you tell them in a ticket, I'm going to order doors. If you want doors with red lights, you order doors for, tell them you have a Ninja Turtle or one of these Pac-Mans. They came with it. If you want yellow, then tell them you have a Simpsons arcade. They may want the model number, so you may have to just go look and see what the model number is, so you can tell them that. But as far as this goes, that is how you will wire up your first gen cabinet with a factory PCB, so you can make yourself a light up marquee. All right, so like and subscribe, and I will put all the links in the description, so you can click on them and it'll take you to the actual parts that you need to buy. All right, till next time.